Well, we couldn't get to a show last week, so I'm going to give you a selfie, a little bit longer one today, but first I wanted to start off by saying I saw Matt Mercury, and so did Mary, and we loved it. You know, we've just been watching House of Cards, and we saw Game of Thrones before that, and everything's grody and dingy, and people being burned alive and murdered and thrown in ditches and stuff. It was really cool to see this. It's exactly what I needed to watch before I went to bed, so I'd have pleasant dreams about crazy space characters and the wonders of space and the fun that you can have when you make a movie like this. We loved it. What a charmer. You really got to see it. I think Bill and Heidi and the entire crew did an incredible job on this film, and Matt Levine was amazing. So you all were amazing. We really enjoyed. We laughed a lot. It was great. It's what I needed, and I'll probably watch it again and again. I am so lucky that Bill sent us this poster and he signed it. I also very much appreciate the credit on the film. I didn't expect that. Wow, what can I say that I haven't already said? It was great. If you haven't seen it, see it. You'll love it. Your kids will love it. Everybody will love it. It's family safe. There's nobody gets killed or run over, except I think Doug Drexler kind of gets, well, we don't really know, but there's some great Easter eggs in it. We'll see how many of you catch them. One of them that I'd love to talk about but won't, I'm going to wait for a while, but it had to do with the score. There's a piece of score in there that's very similar to something used on a show a lot of us really, really loved, a TV show. That's as much as I'm going to tell you. You're going to have to watch it. So today, of course, I'm back over here working on Lightwave and the show, the movie. But I wanted to talk about, where did it go? Well, there's my Battlestar Galactica gun I got from, as a gift from Ken Palco, who made the gun. But over here, we had a visit from Uncle Ted recently. And Uncle Ted gave me a gift, and we're going to look at this gift. We'll see how many of you are sharp enough to know what this is from. Okay, I'm going to open it up. I'm going to take a look at it, and this has even got the instructions inside of it still, and here it is. Give up? Okay, this is what it is. Same one. See? Exactly the same one. This is Odama's lighter. The very lighter that he gives to Lee when he goes on that very risky mission with the Cylon refinery. Remember it? And this is the lighter that was Odama's father's, and you know, Lee's supposed to come back and he gives him a lighter back. And this is exactly what they use. It's not the screen used one, but in every single way it is exactly the same lighter. Notice on the box here, let me scroll down a bit here. On the box, there's that same markings there, and again right here, the same as here. So it is exactly the same lighter. I am so blown away. Thank you so much, Uncle Ted. It was really great to visit with you, and what a great gift. And of course, this is going to go right alongside the gun, the first season gun. Now, this is not a resin gun. This is not a plastic gun. This is not a rubber gun. This is one of the real hero type guns, made in metal with a real trigger in it, and a revolver and bullets, and Ken just did such a fantastic job on it. It's one of my favorite props of all. So now you've seen that, I'll go show you what I'm doing out here. And you know, this is selfie style, so you know the editing is what it is. Here, oh no, over here, you guys keep buying ears, and it's great. And we have these available. They're shiny right now because I just put a coat of silicone on them. But these are made in silicone. These, of course, are made from the original masters of the sculpture I did for Star Trek the Motion Picture, which I still have these thanks to Rick Stratton. And it allowed me to make new molds so that I could make castings from them, so you could own the castings of the actual ears I sculpted for the very first movie, which are about to go into the drying oven. Okay, I'll show you what else we got going on today. We've got over here a Cochran. Now this is a Cochran, and I have to repeat myself, so for you guys that have seen this a million times, please forgive me, but there are people watching the show all the time that have never seen it before and don't know what's what. You see that this is a Cochran statue, same one as seen on Enterprise with Scott Bakula, and this of course is in his room, his quarters, and this is an exact replica. The reason it's an exact replica is because a mold was made off the, actually no, we had the original. We made a mold off the original that Doug Drexler so kindly loaned to us, and we made a mold off of it so we're able to make new ones. And Doug will sign these, put his signature on them because he's the one that sculpted them. And of course Jeff Helps made the base, which is an exact replica of the original base, except this is not two pieces of wood. This is a real cast piece of resin that is not painted to look like marble. It is marble resin, so it's really, really nice. Even a nicer base than the original. And of course we offer these on our store, and you're going to see me paint that in a minute. Now back here are parts for the Captain Kirk doll used in the first motion picture. These were also molds made off the original puppet, and that Doug Drexler so kindly allowed us to have to sell to help support SNG. There's the helmet, and of course there's Mr. Spock, and of course that's going to be bronzed. It's our bronze version of it that I sculpted, and these are also offered on our store. So there's a lot of things on the store you might want to go check out. This is what keeps the doors open here while we make movies and hopefully sell them in the end and do other such related stuff. We have stopped basically doing any kind of production that deals with model making for the public, simply because, and I've said this before, it doesn't bring in enough income. So basically I'm keeping the doors open over here on the money that I make off the store and little side jobs and things that I get. So your donations, which help keep our doors open, make you a part or a family member of SNG and help us keep the show going and doing things like building this Enterprise model, which you're going to see more of this week because I'm going to start doing the internal armature for it. Now Ken was going to do an armature. Ken's very, very busy working on Star Trek and other big movies, so I'm going to go ahead and make one out of acrylic or plexiglass, just the way Jim Key did, so we can get this going, because it's time to start getting it assembled, start putting the rooms in it. Yes, there will be rooms you can actually see through the windows and see inside. There's a lot to do, but I want to get it structurally up on this table so we can see a whole Enterprise. And again, for those of you just checking in, you might want to see what I'm talking about, because some of you won't know what I'm talking about, and this is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this, and this is a 66-inch long version, same size scale as the one used in Deep Space Nine. Here it is with the lights off so you can see it in all its glory. The cages do turn. I have them off right now. You might notice these airplanes behind me. Mary and I went out to Paramount Ranch yesterday, and they have a site there actually on federal property, state park property, that allows you to fly radio-controlled airplanes as long as they're lightweight and electric. So this certainly qualifies. This is my L4. This is an old wood-built beautiful rendition of the L4 used in World War II. I flew this little inexpensive MiG-17, which is a ducted fan model, which you hand launch and goes like a bat out of hell. And I flew the GB, which was rough because the runway there is an old ancient racetrack, and it's really hard to land on it because it's got weeds and everything else. And of course, this is a very small Mosquito from World War II, British plane made by cabinet makers. I took the landing gear off and just hand launched it and belly landed in the lawn, which is a handy thing about this model, is you can remove the landing gear. We had a ball. We did a nice hike and we looked all around the place. It was really neat. So I got to see some really cool cars there too, because there's a car club there, sports car owners that restored old TR3s, MGBs, MGAs, old Jags, Morgans, a GT6 Plus Triumph was there, TR4s, TR6. It was wonderful if you like those kind of cars. I owned a lot of those when I was a kid, and it was really great to see them all new and shiny. We'll show you that later on this week in the show. I'm going to show you a little bit of what we've been doing with the movie and close the selfie up. Yeah, another order for a Cochran, which I'm going to have to make up, so it's always good to be getting those. Thank you for that. Of course, I'm going to work on him tomorrow and get him all fixed up and bronzed. And I just bronzed this one, which is my very own personal Cochran, which I think came out very, very well. It's very solid on the base. Of course, they're anchored this way. I just do a countersink in the bottom and it goes. Although on these are the ones that Jeff has made, and he's turned these in such a way that this is already in place, which is really, really cool. And yeah, I think, or did I do that? I don't remember. Now I'm having problems. I get the next batch, I'll remember, that Jeff's going to be sending. But it's great to have one of these back again in the office. So I will get Doug to sign it next time I see it. But like I said, these are available at the website below. Just go to Steve Neal's Toys on the tab there, and you'll find the Cochrans, their price, and how to order one. And yeah, if you want me to sign it, I'll sign it too, although I didn't sculpt it. I'm just the one who made this all happen. I actually made the molds on this, and I paint them and finish them off. Also, Jeff helps, of course, did the bases. Okay, so moving on, let's go see what I'm doing on the movie. And as promised, we're going to show you a little bit of the movie again. And I'm not going to show you it rendered, and I'm not going to show you it in an AVI. I'm just going to show you right off the timeline with this camera what some of the stuff is that's going on. Now, some of this you've seen before, but I've added sound effects, and I'm starting to get to that point. Yes, there's sound in the vacuum of space. It really is. I learned that from Star Wars, and you know, they're coming towards the Earth. And then I'll expand this a little bit. We're going to show you some other little stuff really fast. Yeah, we're going to use the practical ship there, which will be glowing and burning and all kinds of cool stuff. The ships appear.
Steve.
Yeah. Yep, here they come. And of course we get down here and we see all the ships come in. We see Simon. You remember the last time you saw him, there were not ships behind him, which those have now been composited in.
Steve, I finally made it, man.
Oh, Steve, it's so horrible.
I'm not going to give away too much. Let's go down a little bit further here. Well, can't show you much more of that. Now, this is the stuff that I went through in a few more passes. You can see there's a lot more stuff going on here now. Yep, this is when the Martian's approaching. There's a little bit of close-up. The ship's going by in the background, the robots doing all kinds of stuff. I'm not going to show you a lot. Oh yes, and this is when Tom and Carl appear. Hey, where'd you guys come from?
I don't know. What are you doing here, man?
It's pretty funny what happens next, and this is when I'm seeing the Martian. The Martian's talking to me, and there's a bit of dialogue goes on between me and the Martian, but I'm not going to show you what happens. So there you go. You get to see a little bit of the film. I really like this part when all the ships slow down and take a good hard look at us, and then go flying over the back. Really is a lot of fun. I like the way they're flying, what they're doing. So it's really coming along. There's poor old Simon. So it's fun. We're really enjoying it. We're really enjoying turning Bill and Heidi Hughes' screenplay into this movie. There's sort of a little bit of a brotherhood going on here between this movie, or maybe it's the sister movie to Matt Mercury in certain respects. Of course, we also have Gary Hughes in our movie as well, and I didn't know Gary was in Matt Mercury until last night, so it's kind of neat, the tie-ins. So we'll show you more as we progress. Of course, there's a big blank section here you'll see in the timeline. I'll scoot this up here. I will minimize, shrink this down here. Yeah, you can see the whole timeline, but right here, this whole area right, I think I'm on frame there, yeah. This whole area right here is all the stuff we have yet to shoot in town with Doug, and also the scenes with Gary Hughes. But there's the entire movie right there strung out, which comes out to about 20 minutes. So that's going to do it for me for today. Hope you enjoyed that. A little longer selfie to make up for the lack of a show last week. We will have one this week. We'll see you then.